Hey, I'm Eric, and this is a drum set from Donner, more specifically the Donner DDS-520. It's a full-size drum set with built-in mute pads. UPS told me the box was 120 pounds, so use a buddy, don't be like me. But it was kind of surprising that everything came in one box. As exciting as it is to watch people open boxes, we're going to speed through this portion just a little bit. This is the mute. It just uses a drum key to run the mute up or down. Later in the video, I'll show you how to actually install it. The wrap has a nice finish on it. I'm not usually a fan of green, but I like this kind of green. And you can see the gold sparkles in it. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, be prepared for all the boxes. This is typically how I take care of boxes. Here's all the parts that came in that first box. And this is what everything should look like once you get it completely out of the package. There was one little flaw right here on the bass drum. My guess it happened in shipping because the box was a little beat up. I guess the rounded edge goes on the outside. I don't know. These are the claws. And first thing, I like how it has that little rubber grommet in there, gasket, whatever you want to call it. It kind of keeps it from banging around in there. I don't like this thing. I know it has a purpose, but I wish it was just fixed. My SJC is the exact same way. It has one of these that's separate, and not a fan, because, I mean, it's one more thing to lose. Nope, almost forgot the grease. I want to say I'm using white lithium grease here. I got that little trick from David R. I have in the past used Vaseline. I have never mentioned it on any of my videos because I knew people would freak out. I have had zero problems with Vaseline. But to get on par with basically what everybody else is doing, I switched over to lithium grease. So with every new drum set, I usually check the screws. I did find it a little odd that every single screw, with the exception of one, was loose. Yeah, so they're all loose. Make sure you check everything. And full disclosure here, Donner did send me this drum kit in exchange for this video and a few shorts. They didn't ask me to say anything particular, good or bad. They pretty much just said, you can have this drum set and do whatever you want with it. So that's basically what I'm doing. I like mine low. Not too low that they hit the hoop though. That's too low. Yep, 22, 10, 12, 16, 14-inch snare. How low can you go? I don't know why that's funny. The hardware is about what you'd expect from an entry-level drum kit in this price range. It's not great, it's not terrible, but it does do everything you need it to do. Feel about the same weight. That's what that's for. Came with this little Allen key, hex wrench, whatever you want to call it. It's to adjust a little memory lock there. I'll start with right there and see what happens. But this throne, I wouldn't want to sit on it for more than 15 minutes. It is not comfy at all. But hey, it came with a throne, so that's a plus right there. Installing the mutes is pretty simple. It's just 3 tension rod style screws. You use your drum key to install it. Easy. Let's talk shipping real quick. Picture something getting caught on that tension rod and potentially ripping a lug out or twisting it or denting a bass drum. Either way, I'm not a fan of tension rods being ran into the lugs for shipment like this. The heads appear to be a 2-ply head with a little bit of oil between the 2 plies. Whoa, don't do that. Nice. Good job, Eric. Was not expecting that, that's for sure. So yeah, don't push your fist into the drum head when you're kind of trying to stretch it out a little bit. Press with your palms, put a rag between your hands and the head. Either way, the bottom heads were just as thin as a snare side head. So if you wanted to turn all these drums into snare drums, that's one less thing you'd have to buy. So we got a straight stand and a boom stand. Straight stand obviously goes over here. Get out of there. I like that. 20-inch ride cymbal. And a 16-inch crash cymbal. I've wondered how these compared to the Zildjian ones. Let me tell you, if these were available when I bought my low volume cymbals, I would have went with these ones. You can find these on Amazon for about $60 a set. And believe it or not, in my opinion, they're just as good, and they actually seem a little bit quieter. But I get it. A DeWalt drill does everything a Milwaukee drill does. And they're basically the same thing, but, you know, one has the name Milwaukee on it. Low volume cymbals, it's basically the same thing. Now that they're all set up, there's nothing left to do but play them. Okay, now let's tune them. First thing I'm going to do is tighten up all the screws on the inside, because I can almost guarantee they're loose. Yep, definitely loose. It's super windy outside. That's why the power just flicked. Really windy. Oh, it's got a rusty. Yeah, but look at this. That's a little weird. Rusty bolt or nut. And this beat is actually for a cover song that I'll be making a video about, so you'll have to come back for that one. Now obviously, one of the main points of this drum set is to be low volume, because it has the mutes, low volume cymbals, and I have a decibel meter. Decibel. I have one of those things that measures overall volume of sound waves. So we're going to test it, see how low volume it is. And we'll do it from the perspective of the drummer. Since that only came with low volume cymbals, I'm just gonna hit these cymbals and see what we come up with. Hi-hats. 103.2, light tapping. That's pretty heavy, but 115. Crash cymbal. 118. Let's compare that to these cymbals. 97.5, heavy hit. 107.2. Then the crash cymbal. 103. 108. The snare drum. That's about as hard as I'm ever going to hit it. About the same for all three drums. Now, let's do the kick drum too. Now, I haven't used any of these mutes yet, so I have no clue what it sounds like. There it is. It's pretty quiet. Oh yeah, the kick drum. Now those numbers might seem high. Just remember, it's from where I'm sitting. So I'll set this thing up basically where the camera is. I'll play the drums a little bit, all muted, and then I'll take all the mutes off and play the drums again. I'll put it right there. $95.8. Okay, here we go. And this time we have 106.6. So overall impressions of this drum set from Donner. I usually ask the question, would I buy this for myself? Yes or no? So if I needed a drum set just like this, that was able to mute, then yes, this is a good purchase. Good little drum set. I like it. Few things I don't like. So I had that 10-inch tom open and it had the rust on the nut. Well, there's some washers here that also have rust on them. I mean, that's an easy fix. You just swap them out with some stainless washers from Lowe's or Home Depot. I mean, that's something that Donner maybe could consider at the factory, is to these parts that could rust, swap them out with stainless. Hold on, let me turn off the heater real quick before it kicks on. I found it very odd that all of the screws were loose. Could have happened during shipment or storage or who knows what it is. The low volume cymbals, I'm a huge fan of these. Anyway, I have the Zildjian low volume cymbals whenever they first came out with them, and I've been using those for rehearsals for a long time. But these are quieter, and a set of these are real cheap compared to the Zildjian brand or any other major brand. I get sometimes you just want the name and you want to stick with your brand, but if you're looking for a budget-friendly set of low-volume cymbals, these ones or any of the ones that you find on Amazon, stay away from Temu, go with Amazon. Hardware, it's on the lower end, but it does the job. It does everything you need it to do. Kick pedal, I was actually impressed with the kick pedal. All I had to do was loosen one screw, bring the beater back just a little bit, tighten it back up, and I was able to do my... Mutes are a great feature. Where I like stuff like that is when I'm learning new music. I don't have the sound of the drums overpowering the music in my ear while I'm playing along. That's why I like muted drums. Something that does concern me about the mutes, it's just something else to rattle if, something comes loose. And I don't know how they affect the overall tone of the drum. They might not do a lot, but it is a lot of weight suspended off the hoop of the drum. If that's something you're concerned about, this might not be the kit for you. Typically, I don't care about it unless I'm going in the studio, but there are a lot of studio engineers that work wizardry with drums, so might not even be an issue. I think that's it. Unboxing drums. How did we come up with that term, unboxing? I always have fun unboxing drums, setting them up for the first time, tuning them, and, just doing all the fun stuff with new stuff, right? For what it is, the price point, it's a good set of drums. And for a limited time, if you use the link below and you enter code ERIC, you can get up to 15% off anything on the Donner website. Also, I copy and pasted all the Geek Data for all you Soundwave geeks out there. Once again, thank you, Donner, for sending me this drum kit, the DDS-520. Thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.